Hey guys, welcome back. Today in this video we will going to report Rapidophora tetrasperma with proper care tips. Without wasting much get time, let's get started to report them in a proper way. Hey guys, before getting started or dip into this point of reporting Rapidophora tetrasperma, I'm going to introduce some of my update of the plant, which is this monstera. After I have produced this mosaic on it, you can see the new leaf has started arising, but it doesn't have any fenestrations. It will take time to have more fenestrations in the new leaf. And this is a philodendron variety. Keeping aside, let's get start to report them in this white beautiful pot. While repotting our plant, we should always remember that the plant has been sufficient growth and it has been root bound. The same case situation happened on my Rapidophora tetrasperma. It has been root bound and now I have to repot them so that they can have a better growth, new leaf and new fenestrations. You can see at the bottom leaves there is no fenestrations or cutting patterns because the plant was in a not mature state, so it doesn't have any fenestration. But you can see after that 1, 2 and 3 and so on fenestration start, and the top leaf have a beautiful fenestrations on them. So it means that the plant is in a proper way and it requires a new growth because of the root bound situation. While repotting any of the indoor plants, specifically when it's a root bound situation, we should have to lose the sum of the parts until the bottom. And before potting them, we should always remember that the pot must be in an appropriate size so that the plant can have feel free to grow in a new roots. For repotting, I'm using self-watering white color pot so that it will doesn't allow my flow to get messy or any water splitting situation. For the soil preparation, I'm going to take compost, cocopeat and regular garden soil, which is the best potting mix for any indoor plants. We can also choose perlite as our mixture, but here I have no perlite right now, so I'm trying to make this mixture a well-draining one by these three ingredients. For the first layer, I am filling up them an inch or a 2 inch deep so that the plant gets stabilized when it get potted. You can see I'm taking a measurement and it is perfectly fitted into the pot and have a 2 inch bigger than this. But before that I'm taking a moss pole which is in a different form, which I'm going to introduce in it so that the plant can have a better growth. It is basically a ply and a coconut coir sheet. I have made them in the front side so that the plant can grab up the aerial roots which is going to produce in future. Before potting our whole plant into this pot, we have to put our this moss pole sticks into this pot and to stabilize them so that it can't fall down due to its height and weight. Now shall repot them in a perfect way, and you can see the plant has been root bound and I'm loosen up already the roots at the bottom, and you can see it has been perfectly fit down into this pot. While placing them in a position, we should always remember to keep the node facing area towards the moss side so that when plant will grow, the aerial roots can directly attach to the moss pole and the plant will have a better nutrition from the moss pole while we are watering them. Now the rest of the part of the pot, we are going to fill up the soil mixture and the plant gets stabilized into it. Always remember to leave ½ inch or an inch deep upper layer so that we can have a convenient watering on them. You can see the plant has been done and it has been repotted very well, and soon I'm going to share the care tips also how to care them while doing these factors and installing the moss stick. The first care tip is that I have already told you to face the node area towards the moss stick so that it can grab up the nutrition and produce long aerial roots so that the plant can have a better fenestration on them. To make it stabilize, I am taking a small jute rope so that the plant gets stuck into this moss and the plant will not disturb or not be waved down while moving them around. Doing this or tying them up, we should be very gentle because it might get break the leaves or the delicate stems. You can see the moss pole has been cut down because it's too tall enough and it has been cut down through while making this video. Soon I will share the tallness of this plant. Because the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma grows very long as a creeper as of pothos, money plant or monstera, so it requires some support, and a long support will help in future to grow in a better way. While repotting, if we find that our soil mixture is in a too dry condition, then we should water them. But if you're watering them as regular, don't do that if the soil is in a moist condition. It might get rot or the plant get in shock. For the care tips, the most important care factor is the misting of any of the creeper plant which produce aerial roots or some kind of roots at the node area, because misting will help to provide them a better nourishing media to the aerial roots and nutrition too. That's how the plant looks after repotting, and you can see the moss stick has been so long and tall. For the next few days, I'm going to keep them inside in my house where it doesn't receive any direct or the harsh sunlight, because it might can harm the leaves and sometimes it can burn also. For the rest of the entire life of this plant, I'm going to keep them in a brighter spot area where it receives indirect bright light so that the plant get have a proper growth. For the soil media, I will not add fertilizer for now because it has been in a repotted condition. That's all for today, guys, and we will going to know about the update of this plant very soon in my next upcoming videos, so that I can update you how the growth pattern is of this plant. If you like such videos, do comment below. I will make such more videos on repotting on various varieties of plants and its care tip, how to repot them so that they can have a better growth on them.